All right, hey
Hmm.
everybody, and welcome back to GC Squared. It's a podcast, and we're on it. Speaking of let me tell you a little bit about my co-host Garrett. Now, when Garrett isn't herding alpacas in the middle of the Sahara Desert, he is probably doing something related to video games. So, Garrett, why don't you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure thing. I don't think I have any big video game news recently off the top of my head. So not so much there. I am excited for Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2 that's coming out, so that's cool.
Yeah, I did see that. I saw that was happening. That's good.
Yeah. Apparently, the characters supposedly got leaked, if you want to hear who supposedly is going to be in the game.
Might as well. Let's go for it.
Yeah, sure, why not? Alright, so we have confirmed and then potentially leaked characters, so I'll list off the characters, and if they're leaked versus confirmed, I'll let you know. Yeah, okay, so what happened was we got a giant image of what supposedly will be the new box art for the game. So because of that, there's a lot of speculation well, not speculation, but more so, hey, look at all these characters. I bet they'll be back in the game type thing, you know?
Yeah.
All right, so ones that are on this supposedly leaked box art, which looks very official, by the way. So new characters, we got Azula from Avatar: The Last Airbender. We got Gerald from Hey Arnold. This one's been confirmed because we got a release trailer for them. Plankton from SpongeBob SquarePants. Grandma Gertie from Hey Arnold is also supposedly on this. Ember from Danny Phantom. Norbert and Daggett from Angry Beavers. El Tigre has been confirmed. And we've also had confirmation of Donatello and Raphael from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, along with Leonardo and Michelangelo, so they'll all be there this time. We've received confirmation for Jimmy Neutron, for Squidward, and then we're not sure if Vlad Plasmius will be playable or just like a boss character in the story mode they're adding. And then for characters that are also on this being confirmed, we have Aang from Avatar, April O'Neil from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Danny Phantom, Garfield, Jenny from My Life as a Teenage Robot, Cora, Lucy Loud from The Loud House, Nigel Thornberry, Patrick from SpongeBob, Ren and Stimpy, Reptar from Rugrats, Rocco from Rocco's Modern Life, SpongeBob, and then Zim from Invader Zim. And for these characters, they're not confirmed yet, but we're in the previous game, so people are hoping they're still there. We got Cat Dog, Helga from Hey Arnold, Hugh Neutron from Jimmy Neutron, Oblina from All Real Monsters, Powdered Toast Man from Ren and Stimpy, Sandy from SpongeBob, Shredder from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Toph from Avatar, and Lincoln Loud from The Loud House.
You know, I had a little bit of a crush on Amber from Danny Phantom. That's fun.
Oh, okay. So is that your main then?
When I tried the game over at your place, I sucked at it.
It's a bit different from Smash Bros. It looks like they're changing some mechanics to make it more aligned in Smash Bros, so that's a thing.
Yeah, but wasn't the big appeal of it the fact that it played like Melee rather than current Smash?
Yeah, it leans more into Melee than current Smash, and add some unique mechanics. From what we've seen in the trailers and like gameplay overviews and stuff, I think they're ditching the high, medium, low system they had before. Instead, are sticking with like the traditional like neutral, forward, back, up and down attacks, because that's probably just more intuitive for people with how familiar they are with Smash. And they're adding this new mechanic called the slime meter that's interesting.
Ooh, that sounds like a Nickelodeon thing.
Yeah. So the way slime meter works is it has 3 segments that fill up. And if you fill up all 3, you can do the equivalent of their final smash. So because of that, final smashes are just built into the game system in this one. And then you also have, I think at 2 bars, I think you can cancel any move into any move.
Okay.
And then I think at 1 bar, 1 and 2 might be swapped, I'm not certain. At 1 bar, you can amplify a move, and that includes amplifying your recovery move to make it go farther.
All right.
Yeah, and those will be like universal mechanics that anyone can do. And then they're also like updating everybody's move sets and stuff, so it's interesting.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yes.
Now, I know of some video game news, and I'm curious about your thoughts on
Okay.
this.
Yeah,
Did you
sure thing. Remind me.
Did you see the new sort of PlayStation Portable thing?
I've heard of it, but did they officially announce it?
Yeah, it's officially announced. It's been shown off. Some YouTubers have gotten it.
Oh, okay.
They've been previewing it to a couple of people. So
Nice.
basically, what this is it turns your PlayStation 5 into a Wii U. It gives you a screen that has a controller on it, and you can locally, through the same Wi-Fi network, stream games from the PlayStation to the PlayStation handheld thing. What was it called? What did they call it? Let me look that up. They called it the PlayStation Portal.
Okay, is there any functionality for it to just work on its own without needing to be connected to Wi-Fi and stuff?
Okay, get ready for this. No, it is.
So you can only stream it.
Yeah, it is a $200 just controller with a screen on it, basically.
That is really stupid.
It is. It's like I remember when they were hyping this up, it was called Project Q. And everyone's like, oh my goodness, are they making a portable PS5? Is this a thing? Like, even if it runs at a lower frame rate or whatever, we'll take it. That's cool. And then they released it and it looks sick. And then they're like, yeah, it's a Wii U gamepad. You can't move it away from the PlayStation. And you have to be connected to Wi-Fi the entire time.
My gosh.
It sounds like a waste of $200 if you were to ask me.
Dude, sometimes I don't understand game companies' decisions.
Well, it's like if they're trying to like make a Steam Deck competitor or a Switch competitor, then you have to have it do like something similar to what those do. Like
exactly.
Have it do anything. You can't just leave it. It's dumb. It is really dumb. This is a swing and a miss.
Yeah, that's weird.
They did say they said that it can do everything that the DualShock can do, and the screen itself and the hardware within it can keep up with the PS5. So like you get all of the same detail and you get the same frame rates. It can't do VR. They said that's like the only thing it can't do as compared to the PS5.
Nice. Well, guess what? I could just get a Steam Deck instead, which will be infinitely better, and I'll support all of my Steam, not all of, but most of my Steam games. Jeez.
Yeah, it is. Oh, I was disappointed because I love the PlayStation handhelds. Like, I still hold on to my Vita, and I love it. And I was really excited that they were releasing this, but then I heard that you had to have a PS5 in order for it to work. And it's like, but why? It's a portable system. Why would you need that? And then, yeah, it's a $200 controller.
Jeez.
You can play your PS5 while you're sitting on the toilet if you need to, but that's like all it does. You can even turn the screen off and use it as just a regular controller.
It's literally only useful if like you live in a household with like limited TVs and like everybody has to share the TVs often, and you just want an easy way to play your PS5 while like your dad's watching sports or something.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If you have $200 to drop on this, you have $50 to buy a TV.
True.
Just get your own TV. Like, this is such a niche little thing. And I can't imagine why like anyone would really be that attracted to this thing.
I don't know, man.
It's releasing on November 15th. And so the one thing I think is interesting, though, is that it is running off of an Android operating system. So I could see people
Oh,
hacking
that's
the crap
interesting.
out of this. Just like,
Okay,
hey,
interesting.
we'll put emulated games on this and then we'll be useful.
There you go.
But like even the Wii U gamepad had functionality to it that was unique to it, you know? Like you there was a reason to have a Wii U gamepad. There's no reason to have this.
I getcha. Jeez, man.
Oof.
Like, all people wanted was a Vita 2.0, I feel like.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, because like anyone who has, I feel like anyone who's really picked up a Vita and played it can understand what it's about and can be excited about it. The thing that's kind of broken about it is that Sony decided to use a lot of proprietary stuff for it. So, like, you bought the system, and that's cool, but in order to play the games or to download anything, you have to buy their memory card, and their memory card is really expensive, and that's what killed it. So it's like if they released the Vita and said you can use an SD card, you know, that would do it. But no, instead we got this.
Yeah, okay. Out of curiosity, I looked it up, right?
Yeah.
Like Steam has a function where you can check if games have built-in like verified games for Steam Deck in your library, and you can also check if they're playable on it, but you may need a bit of finagling. And off the top of my head, I already own 30 games with verified guaranteed working, right?
Yeah.
Let me check this out. Just give me a sec. Oh, okay, here we go. So I have 30 games guaranteed to work, 54 that are definitely playable, you know? Like so yeah, I don't know what they're doing.
I'm not sure. Like I wish I knew what the logic behind this was. Because this is just remote play. You can do this on the PS4 with a Vita, and it costs the same.
True.
So what they're doing is they're giving you like a neutered version of the Vita that only has the one remote play function and doesn't give you anything else.
Yep.
It's
Sony.
And it has the capabilities to play PS5 games over streaming, which means that it definitely can play PS4 games. Like, open up the library on this thing, you know? Like,
yeah.
Just give us the store and say, oh, if you have this, you can play it on this. Oh, cool. And then I guess I can play Uncharted 4 on a Steam Deck, but you know, it's the principle of the thing.
I getcha.
I should get a Steam Deck. Then I could play Uncharted 4 on the Steam Deck. Yeah.
There you go, man.
Oh gosh. They announced a couple of other things with this too, like some VR stuff, but the VR stuff it's nothing new. It's just better response, movement, tracking, and that kind of thing. It's nothing like world shattering.
I getcha.
Let's see. What else is there? What have you been playing recently?
Well, I've been playing a lot of Yakuza Like a Dragon still. They introduced this business management minigame into the game that's extremely addicting.
Nice.
Yeah, so I've been doing that and just playing through the story as usual. It's an enjoyable game with a good story, and dude, the side quests are freaking fun and hilarious. I'm a fan.
Cool.
Yep.
If you were to rank it on a scale of 1 to 7 stars.
Why 1 to 7?
Because 7 is the Lord's number.
Oh, okay. I'd give it like a 5.5, I think. I'm enjoying it.
5.5. Okay, very good.
Yeah. And then I've also been playing Sea of Stars because I currently have access to Xbox's cloud gaming. So I've been playing that on there, and that's been pretty fun too.
Oh, dude. I want to play Starfield.
Ooh, yeah. Starfield did just come out, huh?
Yeah, for Xbox. Guess what I have?
Not an Xbox.
Not an Xbox.
Yeah, both Psychonauts 2 and also Marvel's Midnight Suns are on sale, so I'm definitely thinking about grabbing those because I'm big on, tactical games, and on top of that, I loved the first Psychonauts, so I'd be down to play through the second.
Yeah, I've heard good things about the second one, and I watched the gameplay through for Midnight Suns,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks interesting enough.
I'm not sure if it would be your cup of tea, though.
That's kind of what I gathered from watching it. Yeah, it's like this is a really, really, really good game for somebody else. That's kind of what I got.
Gotcha. That's understandable.
I tried a long time ago. The show Young Justice had a video game tie-in that was a tactical RPG.
Oh, what was it on?
I played it on the 3DS, and apparently that's the worst version of the game.
Oh, fun.
But apparently it's not a good game anywhere.
But yeah, apparently there was one on PS3 as well.
Yeah, they're all tactical RPGs.
Well, maybe I should give it a shot.
Maybe.
Young Justice Legacy?
Yeah, it takes place between the first and second season, I believe.
Oh, crap, I don't know anything about the series.
Oh, buddy. So, Young Justice.
Mm-hmm.
I can't explain the whole thing. I'll give you just a primer here. So, the various sidekicks of various characters being Speedy, Robin, Aqualad, and Kid Flash are invited to go check out the Hall of Justice. And they go check out the Hall of Justice, but they all realize that the Hall of Justice really isn't the Justice League headquarters. It's a big space station that's circling around the Earth. And the Hall of Justice is just like the entry point. And they're all kind of annoyed that the Justice League won't take them to the big space station. So what they do is they decide to go AWOL and go off on their own. And they find this villain that they chase down to an underground lair that belongs to an organization called Cadmus. Cadmus they're like this top secret government facility that everybody knows about, kind of like the CIA. Like, you know about that the CIA exists and you know what they do generally speaking, but you couldn't speak to the specifics.
Yeah.
That's Cadmus. Okay. Turns out the specifics of Cadmus is that they clone stuff. And for a while, they've been cloning a super weapon to go up against Superman should he ever turn rogue. And it's a clone of Superman in Superboy. And so the sidekicks liberate Superboy from the facility. And after they do that, the Justice League decides that they're going to form a new like Black Ops covert team that's out of the public eye and can go ahead and do Black Ops superhero stuff. And that's where they put the sidekicks.
Okay.
And it's super cool because, like, you know, it's people will say it's Teen Titans, but edgier. It really is just Black Ops Justice League is really what you want to think of it as. And it's great. It's dramatic. It's deep. And it says something. It's a great series. I would highly, highly, highly recommend it. It had 2 seasons on the Cartoon Network and then was canceled because it didn't sell enough toys. But when DC started streaming their stuff rather than posting it on TV, they announced a 3rd season, and I think there's a 4th season now. But you can tell that they dropped all the Cartoon Network censoring because the 3rd season gets a lot bloodier. It's kind of like, holy cow. Yeah, let's see. Young Justice. Does it have a season 4? And they introduce new characters as things go on, and Nolan North plays Superman and Superboy in it, and that's kind of fun.
Oh, that was pretty cool.
Season 3, yeah, I got season 4. So there you go. All right. Static Shock shows up in like some of the later episodes, and Miss Martian is super cute in it.
Gotcha.
Greg Sipes comes in as Beast Boy again.
Oh, that's cool.
But it's not. It's not Teen Titans. It's not Teen Titans Go. It's very much its own thing.
Okay, nice. So, all right, nice. Okay, I think that's like more or less everything I have, though. So,
Oh, cool.
when Taylor isn't busy hopping between dimensions and fighting off the rogue omelets that attack the world, he likes to create videos and read comic books. So, Taylor, what's been going on in the world of comic books?
So I did something really interesting this week. I got my first Wonder Woman comic.
Oh, I'm surprised you didn't own one previously.
I am too. Anytime I've read Wonder Woman, she's always been part of another story. A Justice League book, or she had a team up book with Superman for a while. And so I got that. But, okay. In 86, the DC combined their multiverse down into one Earth, which allowed people to reboot characters from the ground up if they wanted to. The only two that were rebooted were Superman and Wonder Woman. And I love the Superman reboot. I have that reboot printed in like 4 different places right now. I absolutely adore it. And the Wonder Woman one, I knew it existed, but I never looked into it. But they recently reprinted the first issue of that reboot. And so I picked it up and I started reading it. And yeah, that's a thing that I did.
Sweet.
It's a very difficult book to separate what it's trying to say from what it's doing. Okay. You know? It's very in your face with its messaging. I think that's as far as I want to take that. And it's quite a bit darker than I was expecting it to be. And this first issue is all prequel. So I haven't even seen Wonder Woman yet. I'm only about like halfway through the book. It's kind of beefy. But
wait, how big is it?
It is, how many pages is it? It's 32, which doesn't sound like a lot, but that's about a book and a half usually.
Gotcha.
And it's a really heavy read. So I'm kind of taking it a bit slow. But yeah, a lot of it is prequel stuff. I haven't even seen Wonder Woman show up in the book yet. It's been a lot of, this is where the Amazons came from. This is why they hate people. This is why they hate men specifically. This is why they're on a secret island.
Gotcha.
But it's kind of interesting just because, like, I only knew about, like, the Wonder Woman's lore, like, tangentially, like I said, from her appearing in other stories. So it's kind of interesting to dive deep into that lore, and I'm not sure what I think of it yet, but it's a read, and it was recommended to me, so there you go.
Okay, nice.
And that's kind of the big highlight for me in the comics world. Let's see if is there any news worth bringing up about this? I finished the second Ruby Justice League crossover as well.
Oh, okay, cool.
It was meh. It wasn't the greatest thing ever, and
gotcha.
That's sad.
Sorry to hear that, dude.
It's whatever. Okay, so hey, the last time we came up with a game, it was pretty great. I love Real or Fake. Real or Fake makes me smile. It's one of my favorite things we do here. And so
it leads to a lot of fun conversations.
It does. So you, Garrett, came up with another kind of game where we quiz each other on specific franchises and see if we can possibly get any answers right and maybe learn something new. So go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, we kind of decided with this concept to choose franchises with like extensive, crazy, or over-the-top lore so that we can have some fun conversations about like just the ridiculousness that can happen.
And I think the two that we picked are pretty great. You've got a quiz on Kingdom Hearts, right?
Yes.
Good, because I studied. Not really. And I built a quiz around Batman.
All right.
No, let's go ahead and hop into the first question. I'm going to flip a coin. You call it heads or tails.
Heads.
It's tails. I don't know what that means.
I assume that means you go first.
Okay, I will go first. Here we go. Here's the first question.
I was just going to say, real quick as a side note, I noticed the last two episodes, my setup led to pretty low audio quality on my end. So I'm trying a new setup today to see how it is, to see if I should stick with that or try a different approach.
Well, I can tell you right now, it sounds better.
Okay, that's good.
Like it sounds the best it's ever been.
Oh, really?
I wasn't sure if I needed to say anything about that or like, how were you recording before?
Okay, so before I was just recording directly from my phone, right?
Yeah.
Then for this new setup, when I got my computer, because now I'm recording off the computer rather than the phone. Okay, when I got this new laptop, I plugged in some headphones to do our recording to use the built-in mic to see how it was, okay?
Okay.
However, I didn't realize the headphones I was wearing had a built-in speaker on it, and that's where the low-quality audio came from. Yeah, so now I'm trying with a different set of headphones to try out my computer's built-in microphone.
Yeah, that sounds great.
All right, perfect. Well, I guess I'll stick with this for the time being. Maybe one day upgrade to a headset. I don't know yet.
Maybe one day I'll have my own sound studio
That'd be awesome.
and I can just like record stuff. Yeah.
There you go. All right. Well, now that we got that out of the way, and as an update for the listeners, and I apologize for the past two episodes. I didn't know that was going on when we recorded them. Then, yeah, I heard them. I was like, uh-oh.
So you do listen to the podcast?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
And by listening to the podcast, I mean my wife usually puts it on in the car.
Is that okay? So when I first started doing YouTube, it was really funky to watch my own videos. Because it's like, I had like a lot of thoughts go through my mind. I'm very curious what you think of when you're sitting in your car and your wife turns on your podcast and you listen to yourself.
It's a bit interesting, that's for sure. I know the first little while, it took me a while to get used to the sound of my voice because I know that what we hear is different than what other people hear. So, yeah.
Yeah, that drove me nuts at the beginning. It's like, oh, I sound like a nerd.
Yeah, so yeah, that was kind of interesting to face that. What trips me up the most is when my wife will pick me up from somewhere and I'll get into the car, sit down, and I just hear the sound of my own voice as I'm getting into the car.
That's awesome.
All right. So anyway.
Yeah, okay, so
First
Batman question. You ready?
Yep.
Question number 1. It has been joked many, many times that we get to see the Wayne parents die over and over and over and over in every Batman movie.
Okay.
However, how many theatrically released movies have we actually seen the Wayne parents die in? Is it 3, 5, 9, or 8?
I'm going to go with 5.
You would be wrong.
Oh, okay.
Do you want a second guess?
3?
3 is correct.
Yeah, that's way lower than you would expect, huh?
Yeah. Like, it's like a meme that we just keep seeing the Wayne parents die. It's only happened 3 times in movies. It happened in Batman 89, the Tim Burton one. It happened in Batman Begins, and it happened in Batman v Superman.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh, hold on. Was I wrong?
Does the Batman count? No. Does it happen in the Batman?
It doesn't happen in the Batman. No, it's just 89, Batman Begins, and Batman v Superman. Those are the only times we see the Wayne parents get shot in an alley.
Okay.
Like, he'll talk about it later, but we don't ever get to, we don't see it. We only got to see it those 3 times in theatrically released movies.
Gotcha. Interesting. Why is it such a meme then?
I don't know. I think it's probably because it's a big focus. And there was a while, at least in comic books, where throughout the 70s and the early 80s, he did bring it up and it was drawn a lot. So in comic books. And then if we counted animated movies, we get maybe a couple more times. But yeah, it's actually not brought up as much as people would probably think it is.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right, are you ready for a Kingdom Hearts question?
I'm so ready for a Kingdom Hearts question.
All right, I did my best to order these, in my opinion, what's easiest to hardest, but that's not guaranteed that's actually the correct order. So
Okay.
I just used my best judgment.
I did the same, so.
Okay, cool. How many people have Sora's face? Is it 1, 2, 3, or 4?
Oh gosh. Are we counting the fact that they're all kind of anime teenagers and they all kind of look the same anyway, or?
This is specifically characters, let's say, with Sora's face and hair.
Sora's face and hair, canonically.
Because, for example, I guess for an example, Ven has not Ven, Roxas has a very similar face to Sora, but I wouldn't count him because he doesn't have the same hairstyle.
No, Ven is actually Roxas, who's actually Sora, who's actually everybody else.
Yeah, more or less.
Okay. What were the multiple choices?
Just 1 through 4.
1 through 4?
Mm-hmm.
Counting Sora or no?
Yes, because Sora has Sora's face.
I'm going to say 3. It would be Sora, and then what's his bucket who follows you around in the PlayStation Portable game, and then probably someone from some mobile game. I don't know.
Okay, wait. So who was the one you were talking about from Birth by Sleep, though?
I don't know. The evil clone that Spock made to go up against.
You're talking
Roxas.
about Vanitas.
That's it. Vanitas. He had a name.
All right.
I was going to get there.
So,
I promise I played these games.
You are correct. You are correct. It's 3.
All right.
So it was Sora, Vanitas, and you ready for the trick of this one?
Is it Data Sora?
No. I didn't count Data Sora because that's not a person. It's just a projection of Sora in the form of Data.
But he has feelings.
3, you ready for this one?
Yeah.
Xion.
Only sort of.
No, it happens, remember?
Yeah, but like only because
that flat out happens.
Only because Xion kind of looks like whoever you are having a crush on at that time, and
it's dumber than that. It's whoever's closest to you in your heart. And then if you don't have someone specific that's closest to you based on your heart, then it just looks like Sora.
Okay, I want to talk about spoilers for the end of Kingdom Hearts 3. Let's talk about that, though. Xion shows up. She's a real person.
Mm-hmm.
She pulls a Pinocchio and becomes a real person.
Yep.
Walks around. She looks like emo Kairi. And there's a significant population of people who met Xion, but didn't see her as emo Kairi.
Yes.
How did they navigate around that?
They just didn't address it.
And this is Xion. Oh, are you sure?
Bonus fun fact, there's also 3 characters with Kairi's face.
Very nice.
So this is poor people that haven't seen I'm sorry for people who haven't looked into Kingdom Hearts lore and stuff. You're about to hear some ridiculous stuff.
I promise Kingdom Hearts is worth playing. You just have to accept that the story is stupid.
Yeah, if you go into the game accepting the fact that you're going to be dealing with a ridiculous story, it's a lot of fun. And because I've been playing this series since I was 7 years old, I'm in too deep now, and I have to keep going.
Well, it's like before I played the game, I would ask several people if they could just summarize what it's about, and nobody can, because it's just stupid. The game is just really, really dumb. But once you sit down and you play it, you get it.
Yep. And once you sat down and played it, I'm sure you were saying there, now I understand why nobody could explain this to me.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I feel like I understand what the series is. I just can't tell anyone what it is.
Yeah. Well, the thing though is if because people were like, yeah, just let me know in a few minutes. Like, no, I'm gonna need like probably 6 to 8 hours of your time.
It's like this is Kingdom Hearts. It's one thing to say it's Final Fantasy with Disney characters, but it's really not. That's oversimplifying it. You really cannot do justice to a summary of the story without explaining the story.
Yep. All right. Well, you want to throw the next question at me?
Okay. So, Batman is popular not just for himself, but also for having a very, very iconic rogues gallery of supervillains that have appeared in movies and TV shows and everywhere, right?
Mhm.
Now, of these, oops, I read the questions out of order. That's okay. We're going to live with this one since I already started.
It's all good.
So, of these villains, which one is the favorite of one Taylor Campbell? Is it Catwoman, the Joker, the Condiment King, or the Riddler?
All right. I am going to go with Catwoman because you think she's hot.
I do, but that's not the correct answer.
Dang it.
No, actually, my favorite is the Riddler.
Dang it, that was my second guess.
Yeah. No, I
The
think
Condiment King would probably be my favorite, though.
Oh, I love the Condiment King.
I don't know anything about him.
I've brought up before in my comic book club and with people closest to me that, like, if I got an opportunity, I say people closest to me, that kind of includes you, but if I was given the full catalog of DC characters to write a comic book for, and they wouldn't let me have Superman, I would write a 6-issue miniseries about the Condiment King.
What, because it would just be a lot of fun, or what?
Because he's kind of a joke character, but his origin is real messed up. And you could make like a really deep psychological thriller out of this guy. So I'll talk about why I like the Riddler in a second. Let's talk about why I like the Condiment King. So the Condiment King is original to the Batman animated series from the early 90s. And the story he was in is that the Joker wanted some comedy award that they were giving out and didn't think he would get it because he's kind of an evil person. So he took the judges, who were all accomplished comedians, and brainwashed them and turned them into low-ranking, very low-profile supervillains. And one of them was this guy he turned into the conceptual Condiment King.
Nice.
Who he wore a green jumpsuit, he wore whitey tighties over it, and he had a ketchup gun, and he had a mustard gun, and he wore a pickle on his head, and he was about as minor of an inconvenience as you could get.
Nice.
But yeah, I really like it.
Great.
It's great. He appeared in the animated series. He's appeared in the Lego Batman movie. I don't think he's really appeared anywhere else.
Gotcha.
But right now, he's a Build-A-Figure piece. They released an action figure, but you have to buy like 6 other action figures to get all the pieces to him. I've never been so tempted to buy 6 action figures I didn't want.
That's freaking great.
But as far as the Riddler is concerned, I love the Riddler because he's just incredibly intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
And his gimmick of leaving riddles at places, if you do it right, it's one of the times where you can solve the mystery alongside with Batman as you're going along.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
If you do it right. Sometimes he kind of turns into a joke character, which is unfortunate. Mm-hmm. But he was in the newest Batman movie, and it's just incredibly like spine tingling. He played like this Zodiac killer spoof version of the Riddler, and it was really good. And then he was fantastic in the Gotham TV series.
Nice.
Yeah. If I were to pick one, it would be Riddler. Riddler is my favorite of the Batman classic villains.
There you go. Yeah, Riddler always seemed pretty cool to me.
Yeah. Well, there's a DC did a thing a while ago where they released a series of books called the Arkham series.
Mm-hmm.
And these books were just, they pick a villain and then they release a bunch of stories about that villain, including their origin story and significant plot points. Anything that basically wasn't part of a longer story they could sell by itself. And
Okay,
so,
that
like,
makes sense.
Anyone out there who's really interested in the Riddler, I would 100% recommend that you look up the Arkham Riddler book, because it has his first several appearances by Batman's original creator, and then it has some of his Silver Age stuff, and then it goes into the Bronze and Modern Ages and gives you like a really good overview of just the character as a whole. And then you can pick up some books where he plays a bit of a bigger part in it, like Hush is one, and Brain Farting. There's some others, but I would recommend that. It's like $10 online. It's not a big deal.
All right, cool. Sounds good.
All right, bring on the next Kingdom Hearts question.
All right, next question. Which character is not part of the real Organization 13? Marluxia, Larxene, Luxord, or Zaldin?
I'm not even sure if the Organization 13 that I know of is the real Organization 13.
Which one are you thinking of that you think's the real one?
I don't know. I guess the real one would be all of the clones of Xehanort, and then the fake one is like the other ones. So if that's the case, then I would say Larxene is not really a member of the 13, though she is kind of awful and I hate her.
Unfortunately, that's incorrect. Larxene is indeed part of the real Organization 13. She was transformed into one of Xehanort's clones, like in essence got Norded, as did Marluxia and Luxord. Because if you remember, at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, you fight all three of them during the final battle segment in the Keyblade Graveyard.
Yeah.
Zaldin is the only one that doesn't. Zaldin has returned to his somebody form as Dylan and is a guard at Radiant Garden.
I am so sorry for all of you who have not played Kingdom Hearts.
So you remember how Lexius and Zaldin are guards at Radiant Garden, like the two guards that stand out front?
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, so since Zaldin and Alexius have returned to their human forms, which are known as Dylan and Alias, they would not be part of the real Organization 13 because they're regular humans again.
Yeah.
Yep. So, yeah. But Marluxia, Larxene, and Luxord had all been imbued with some of Xehanort, just like how that happened to Xigbar. And that's why they have like the yellowish Xehanort eyes in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Right.
Because that's kind of the trademark to let you know someone has a part of Xehanort in them.
At what point did I miss this?
Did you play through Dream Drop Distance?
Not really.
Okay, well, Dream Drop Distance is the game where they establish that, because what they do in that game is Sora shows up at the world that never was, and he gets confronted by all the bad guys, and then freaking Xigbar runs up to him, and he's like, yeah, we're collecting 13 different versions of Xehanort to form the true Organization 13. And then Sora's like, well, why are you here? Then it zooms in on his eye, and he's like, as you can see, I'm already part Xehanort. And his eye is now yellow when it wasn't before.
Okay, yeah, Dream Drop was one I didn't play because that was in the...
That was in the 2.8 collection, right?
2.8 collection, yes, and 2.8 was kind of a hard sell for me because it's like...
Yeah.
You get like a movie, and then like another movie,
and
then
demo.
a demo, and it's like...
Well, you got the full game of 3D, so it was only one movie.
Yeah, but like... Even then, 3D, like, I played a little bit of it on an actual 3DS, and I wasn't really getting into it. So...
Yeah, 3D's fun, but it's definitely not one of the best, in my opinion.
Yeah, so, and plus, it's like kind of a Disney game, so like it rarely ever dropped in price when I was looking for it.
That's funny actually, because I borrowed my brother's copy to play through it, and then I managed to find a used copy of it for $10 like about a year ago.
Yeah, well, hard sell for me, so I didn't get it. I just relied on uh the summaries that Kingdom Hearts 3 gave.
Got it. Yeah, so that's where the whole concept of the real Organization 13 was brought up in Kingdom Heart in Dream Drop Distance, which also clarified that in Kingdom Hearts 2, the nobodies weren't trying to actually get their hearts back, but were instead being tricked by Xemnas, who was trying to create an artificial Kingdom Hearts so that he could form the Keyblade, not key spelled Key, but key as in the Greek symbol.
I feel like the hardest question on your quiz is going to be, what is Kingdom Hearts?
That is indeed one of the questions.
Oh, no.
We could just do that later if you want.
Oh, golly. Ready for the next question?
Yep.
All right. Canonically, over time, Batman has been given a lot more details about his origin story, and a lot of them are very, very specific. Which story in universe inspired Batman's crusade as a night-stalking, crime-fighting vigilante and a heavy metal rapping machine?
What?
Is it Casablanca, Les Mis, Singing in the Rain, or The Mark of Zorro?
Well, I watched Les Mis with my family yesterday, so I'm going to go with Les Mis.
Can you hear the people singing the song of angry men?
That's literally the only reason why I'm guessing that is because we literally watched the 10th anniversary for it yesterday.
It's the song of the people who will not be slaves again. Wolverine's in it.
Yeah, he's a Hugh Jackman. Well, Hugh Jackman in plays the part of what's his name, Valjean in the movie.
So my sister did a book report on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was an English major at the time, so this would have been like right around the time we met. And my sister asked me if I would go over her book report and give her some thoughts, and I'm like, okay, sure. And I looked over it, and my stupid brain just could not comprehend different pronunciations for the letter J. So as far as I was concerned, she read a book about a guy named Jean Valjean and his mortal enemy Javert. My sister was unimpressed.
She was unimpressed that you were referring to them by that instead of Jean Valjean and Javert.
Well, she thought I was messing with her. And then after a couple of times saying it, she then realized that that's how I thought it was pronounced. She's like, oh, Taylor, we got to fix this.
So I was joking because I was watching it with my in-laws along with some friends, right?
Yeah.
And one of my friends that was there, like I was talking and joking with him the whole time. And like when the character Jean Valjean showed up, I was all like, naming your kid Jean Valjean would be like if my parents named me Garrett McGarrett.
Anyway, you're wrong.
Oh, dang it. I forgot we were doing a quiz for a moment.
No, Les Mis was not it. Canonically, Thomas and Martha Wayne owned the theater, and every month, as kind of like a special family treat, they would go to the movie and they would play whatever movie Bruce Wayne wanted to watch. And he always wanted to watch The Mark of Zorro. And so they watched The Mark of Zorro. After that fateful night, they walk out of the theater. His parents are gunned down, and he becomes a vigilante and directly references the fact that he loved Zorro as the reason why he thought this would be like the proper course of action.
You know what? That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And actually, I told this to my comic book workshop when I was in charge of it, that, look, If you want to because like one of the challenges I would give them is to make a 4-page comic, and I would recommend they would stay away from fan fiction. Like try to make something with a unique character or with like public domain characters, so that they could use it as a reference piece in their portfolios, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I would say, look, if you really, really, really want to sit down and write a Batman, just write a Zorro. Zorro's in the public domain. He is a rich guy who goes around wearing black, fighting criminals at night. He has a cave underneath his house. He has a butler who helps him out do stuff. Like he's Batman. Just write a Zorro story.
Fair enough. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, though.
Yeah.
I'm sure if I thought about it, I may have gotten a better answer than Les Mis, but...
Yeah, if you gave it like 2 seconds, I bet you would have got there.
I was just like, no, I watched the anniversary last night.
Well, this moves into the moderate questions, but go ahead and give me another Kingdom Hearts.
Okay, so now that's been brought up, should I do your question? Should I do the question actually about Kingdom Hearts, or should I just continue through the order?
Do your order.
Okay. Next question. How do you become a Keyblade wielder? Having lasting friendships, touching someone else's Keyblade, having a pure heart in a time of need, or by fighting the heartless?
You know what?
What?
You go to a costume shop and you pay $15 and you buy one and take it home. I don't know.
True.
Oh, remember when it was like a big special thing that Sora was a Keyblade wielder?
Yeah, now like everybody and their mom is a Keyblade wielder. Sora's mom's probably a Keyblade wielder.
I do not doubt it. Okay. I think the only requirement is to hold someone else's Keyblade. Because if I remember Birth by Sleep correctly, I think that's what happened for both Sora and Riku.
Yep, that's correct. All you have to do is touch someone else's Keyblade and you can become a Keyblade wielder. It doesn't mean you're guaranteed to become one, but you unlock the potential to.
Oh.
Yeah, they had to kind of retcon that into Birth by Sleep as an explanation of, oh snap, so how were Sora and Riku Keyblade wielders then?
Yeah, because like if the requirement was just to fight the Heartless, then every Disney character you encounter could also have a Keyblade.
Fair enough.
And maybe Donald and Goofy would stop being second-class citizens in this Kingdom Hearts universe where everyone gets a Keyblade except for the two who carry the whole team.
Yeah, I know, right? All right, well, yeah, that one was pretty straightforward. So for people that aren't familiar with Kingdom Hearts, there you go. You just touch a Keyblade and you can become a Keyblade wielder.
Yeah, but that is not brought up for a long time.
Oh, yeah. Like, if you play the games in order, you're not going to run into that fact until, like, 1, 2, 3. I think the 5th game?
That sounds about right. Let's see. Yeah, that sounds about right. Because it's brought up in Birth by Sleep for the first time.
And I'm pretty sure it goes 1, Chain of Memories, 2, 3, 5, 8, and then Birth by Sleep.
Yeah. All right, we have 6 minutes left.
Oh, snap. Do you think that's enough time to ask your next question or no?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and give it a shot.
Okay.
All right. So, in the possible future of Batman Beyond, Bruce Wayne decides to hang up the cape for good. What event led to this? A, he had a heart attack during a fight. B, he broke a leg and it couldn't heal. C, he was forced to use a gun in combat. Or D, Alfred Pennyworth passed away.
Ooh. I'm going to go with he had to use a gun in combat.
That is correct. You got it.
Sweet.
At the very beginning of Batman Beyond, the animated series, Bruce Wayne, who is a bit older, hops into a fight with just some hoodlums, just regular street gang people, right? Shouldn't be a big deal. But he gets hit by a crowbar by one of them, gets caught off guard, and just can't recover fast enough from that hit. So he picks up the guy's gun and points it at him. The guy runs away, and then Batman decided that he had to retire. He was going to hang up the suit. And then a few years later, Terry McGinnis shows up and takes up the mantle as Batman, and Bruce Wayne becomes his mentor.
All right, there we go. I wonder if it's like a... Sorry.
It's probably nothing like that at all.
Oh, okay. I wonder if it's a situation of like he was... How do I phrase this? I wonder if it's a situation of he felt like he was too dangerously close to killing someone by holding a gun, so he didn't want to run that risk.
Well, it's in this particular canon, he's very, 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 very against guns.
Mm-hmm.
Like he really cannot stand them in any way, shape, or form. And a big part of it, I think, was just that he couldn't continue his fight without resorting to this crutch that he considers the most despicable thing you could do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like,
all right, fair enough.
As far as being Batman goes, you could probably be Batman for maybe 5 years before your body completely breaks apart and just dies. Like, you look at like pro athletes and they don't have very long careers.
Mm-hmm.
And you imagine like an MMA fighter who's constantly going out and doing acrobatics as well as detective work and getting shot at and all that stuff. You can't be Batman realistically for very long.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, let's go ahead and hop into your next question. I believe you were next.
Yeah, that's right. I'm next. Okay, let's see here. All right. So next question. What is the true Kingdom Hearts? A collection of hearts.
Go ahead. Give me the answers.
A collection of hearts that create a door to light, a reset button, a perfect balance of light and darkness, or a collection of data of everyone's heart.
There's no all of the above option, huh?
Nope, because this is the true Kingdom Hearts, not the different versions of it.
Something about a door to light, I think.
You think it's a collection of hearts that create a door to light?
30% of me thinks that, yeah.
All right, well, that's incorrect.
Yeah, is it a reset button?
It's a reset button.
Yeah, that was my second thing. My third one was going to be the Force, because it's kind of the Force. But
so here's the thing. Kingdom Hearts was a collection of hearts in the first game, okay? And what happened was it was a collection of hearts that then create a door to light that was also a door to the realm of darkness, okay?
Yeah.
In the second game, and by the way, the first and second Kingdom Hearts are both artificial Kingdom Hearts. It's not the true Kingdom Hearts. Because you have the true Kingdom Hearts that you form by completing the events required for the Keyblade War, okay, let me rephrase. So getting the true Kingdom Hearts requires you to have a Keyblade War. But you can create an artificial Kingdom Hearts by collecting enough hearts. So that's what Ansem was trying to do in the first game. Then the second game, Xemnas was trying to collect enough hearts so that he could create the Keyblade, spelt as in like key, CHI, but using the Greek letter, which looks like an X. Yes, the Keyblade and the Keyblade are two different things.
I don't know if I'm drunk enough to talk about Kingdom Hearts lore.
So what ends up happening is Master Xehanort saying they're like, yes, what'll happen is I'll get the true Keyblade, which that's how we'll differentiate between the CHI Greek Keyblade and then the standard Keyblade spelled KEY. We'll just call it the true Keyblade for simplicity's sake, okay?
Oh, simplicity, huh?
Oh, yeah.
We've had a whole lot of that today.
So if Master Xehanort wanted to create the true Keyblade, he would need to have the war between the 13 darknesses and the 7 lights. So that's what happens at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3 in the Keyblade Graveyard, is they have that battle, and then he's able to form the true Keyblade, which she can use to unlock the true Kingdom Hearts. Now, when you unlock the true Kingdom Hearts, what happens is it sends out light and darkness erupting everywhere that then, in essence, destroys everything and resets the universe.
All I remember from that last fight was I was playing as the wrong character the entire time.
Yeah, that's what you get in the DLC, is you can play as you don't have to play as Sora in the DLC.
It's like, oh, there's all of this emotional stuff happening. Oh, this is the finale to the story that was started in 358. Why am I not playing as Roxas?
Well, you can play as Roxas if you buy the Remind DLC.
Yeah, I really should. I hear it's hard as balls, though.
Dude, it's insanely hard. I still haven't been the final secret boss in the Remind DLC.
And I'm so bad at Kingdom Hearts. I just mashed the X button.
Yeah, that's not going to work with the secret bosses in the DLC.
Yeah, except I have the Toy Story Keyblade, so that's the most powerful weapon in the game, right?
Sure, it's definitely not the ultimate weapon.
Okay, actually,
anyway, so yeah.
Yeah, my gameplay goal for 3 was to get Sora up to level 99, and I did it. And nice. So my next goal was to get the ultimate weapon, but that's a much harder thing to do.
Okay. Yeah, it is much harder because you have to get all 7 Orichalcum pluses, I believe.
Yeah.
And that requires a lot of side content.
Well, it's like to max them out, I just went to my favorite level in the game and I found a pathway that will give me like 3 or 4 different like challenge battles right after another. And I just did that a few times.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in essence, that's what Master Xehanort was trying to do, though, was he was trying to reset the universe as like the new god in essence, so he can create it as he sees fit.
He can't recreate the universe, only Walt Disney can.
So yeah, now you know what Kingdom Hearts is. Congratulations.
Sweet.
How does that make you feel?
Well, let me tell you about the first time I played this game. I played the first Kingdom Hearts and I was getting to the end and I was like live chatting it with a friend on it. And we get to that part. He texts me and he's all like, "So, what is Kingdom Hearts?" And I'm like, "I still don't know. I think I saved it, but I'm not sure."
Yeah, it doesn't help that you don't know yet that it's an artificial Kingdom Hearts, but anyway.
So dumb.
So what do you got next for me?
All right. So Batman was created in 1939, okay? In 2016, the proper creator credits were finally attributed after years and years and years and years of legal battle to give this person the credit that they deserved. Now,
it's Tom Cruise.
What is the name of the official creator of Batman attributed in 2016? Is it Jerry Siegel, who invented Superman, Steve Ditko, who invented Doctor Strange, Jack Kirby, who invented Captain America, or Bill Finger, who wrote the Superboy comics?
Ooh, I am going to go with the Captain America guy.
That is incorrect.
Dang it.
While Jack Kirby is like considered the king of comics, people call him King Kirby.
Nice.
Bill Finger is the official new creator. Well, not the new creator, but the official creator of Batman. There is another guy who is attributed to it. His name is Bob Kane. Now, the story goes, and this is really sad. The story goes is that the publisher over what would become DC Comics, it was called National at the time, pulled in Bob Kane and said, "Hey, we need another character a la Superman to market alongside that character and to sell." And he said, "Okay, I will come up with another caped hero." And then Bob Kane went into the back and found Bill Finger and said, hey, this is the character that we want to do. We want to theme it after a bat. And he produced one design. Bob Kane's design had a guy with very stiff, like hang glider wings, a red jumpsuit, and a black domino mask. And he called this Batman. And Bill Finger said, I don't think so. And so Bill Finger created the proper Batman suit, created Robin, created the Joker, Riddler, Catwoman, Penguin, the Batmobile, Commissioner Gordon, the city of Gotham, created pretty much everything that is associated with Batman.
Dang.
Was never credited. Every time.
That's rough.
Every time someone asked about Bill Finger, Bob Kane would write a scathing article about how Bill Finger did nothing, and it was all him. Bob Kane went as far as to hire other artists to create fake Batman art that would predate Batman so that he could prove that he did it.
That's ridiculous.
There's a story where Bob Kane was given some Batman art with like a hand missing. And the artist who was challenging him said, hey, I need this finished. Is there a way that you could just draw this hand real quick for me? And Bob Kane waited hours until the artist left so that he could hand it off to a different person and then take the credit.
Oh my gosh.
And everything that Batman showed up in from 39 up to 2015 was solely attributed to Bob Kane. But everyone in the industry knew that Bob Kane stole the character, but they couldn't get around the contract until 2016. They were able to get around it. And in Batman v Superman, Bill Finger was properly attributed as the creator of Batman.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is all kinds of bonkers that it took that long for him to get that credit. The only other time Bill Finger's name appeared on a Batman project in his lifetime, because he died long before he got to see full credit.
Dang.
There is one episode of the Adam West TV series where he got co-writer credit for writing the episode.
Dang.
The first Comic-Con was in 1963 in New York City, and he showed up to it. And he revealed all of the history of this and how he created Batman and where it all came from and what Bob Kane's work was with it. And this went into a bunch of newspapers. And that's when Bob Kane first started writing anti-Bill Finger articles saying that he was actually the creator of the character. When Bob Kane was on his deathbed, he did mention that he wished he gave Bill Finger more credit.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Sounds like a sucky person.
Now, he still doesn't, Bill Finger still doesn't really get full sole credit for it. He's listed as co-creator still. But like, he really did all the work. And I getcha. There's a group of people now who are like, look, since everything is streaming now and everything's digital, we really should go back and put Bill Finger's name on all the past Batman projects now. But they haven't done that. And I'm kind of sad.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. But that's kind of been a struggle with creator rights with comic books for a long time. Anyone who was created that long ago, sometimes we don't even know who it was. Like sometimes the writer would actually just be a ghostwriter, and we had no idea who actually was coming up with all the stuff. That's crazy. It wasn't even until like the 80s that the creators of Superman got full credit. Dang. But there you go. That is the fun. Well, it's not fun, but that's a story to tell. Oh yeah. That's crazy, man. All right, go ahead and give me your next. Or unless you had something else. I was gonna say I don't even know what to make of that, honestly. Yeah, it's just a crazy situation. It was. There's a great documentary out there. It's called Batman and Bill, where this guy goes through the history of how that whole deal went down and where Bill Finger went and how they eventually got credit for it. And it was nuts because Bill Finger just he died poor and alone in his house no family that we could find.
Mm-hmm.
He had a son, but his son came out gay in like the 70s. So no one expected him to have any children, and his son was dead as well. But turns out he did have a one night thing with a different girl, if I'm remembering the story correctly.
Okay.
If I'm remembering the story correctly, which did result in a granddaughter. And that granddaughter and her son were able to find a lawyer to give Bill Finger the credit that he deserved.
Okay.
If I'm remembering the story correctly. I think it's mostly there.
Gotcha. Dang, dude, that's quite the situation.
Yeah, it really is. Cool documentary, Batman and Bill. If anyone out there wants to go watch it.
All right, sweet. You ready for the next one?
I am.
All right. What are the unversed?
Oh shoot. Okay.
You remember those things?
All right, so there's the Heartless, which are
okay.
The Heartless have.
I should probably give you the answers, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. All right, so an extension of Vanitas and his negative emotions, the culmination of all hate in the world, the souls of humans left by heartless and nobodies, or creatures that don't understand the world.
I think they are like the negative emotions of who was it, Vanitas?
Vanitas.
Yeah, I think that's what they are, if I'm remembering them correctly, because they weren't they in the. Yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure they were the monsters that you fought in the Monsters Inc. world. And the whole theme of that was that they moved away from negative emotions towards more positive ones. And you fight Vanitas there for like, well, you don't really fight him. Sully just kind of whammies him. But
yeah,
that's my reasoning.
And you are correct.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's clarified in Birth by Sleep that the unversed, they're literally just extensions of Vanitas, and Vanitas is the separation of Ven's good and evil halves in essence, because Master Xehanort, to create the true Keyblade, was attempting to get true evil and true good to fight each other, so he attempted that through experiments on Ven. So he performed those experiments, which led to the creation of Vanitas, and Vanitas, being true evil, the unversed work as extensions of his power and are his negative emotions manifested, which is, as you explained, why the unversed randomly appear in the Monsters Inc. world, because Vanitas is there.
Also, it's, thematically sound.
Yep.
Yeah.
And should I throw in a bonus question just for the fun of it?
Sure.
All right, this one wasn't particularly planned, so I don't really have other answers associated with it, but why does Vanitas look like Sora?
Because the programmers ran out of time to create new and unique models.
You ready for this?
What was it?
So after Master Xehanort performed his experiment, tried to create the true Keyblade by having Ven and Vanitas fight each other, and then it didn't work, he abandoned Ven's body on Destiny Islands, okay? And at the time, Sora's a little kid on Destiny Island, okay? And because Sora had the purest heart of anyone in Destiny Islands, Ven's heart attached itself to Sora's, and thus, because of Ven's connection he had with Sora, Vanitas took on the form of Sora instead. And on top of that, that's also how Ven's heart was connected to Sora's in the first place, which explains why Roxas looks like Ven and not like Sora, because when Sora was turned into a Heartless for a short amount of time, the nobody form didn't have enough time to make it manifest on Sora himself, so it just took the closest surface heart at the time, which was Ven. Which it would have been Kyrie, but Sora had just released Kyrie's heart a bit ago.
Okay.
Did any of that make sense?
It's not supposed to, I'm pretty sure.
In essence, what you gotta know is that Master Xehanort went, wow, you suck. Left Ven on the beach, and then Ven's heart was like, call out to another person's heart. And it's all like, Sora, yes, call out to Sora's heart, because Sora has the bestest heart here. Oh, now Vanitas has a face.
Oh boy.
It's really dumb, but that's in essence what happened.
Well, okay.
And that is a perfect example of how ridiculous Kingdom Hearts story is.
Oh, that's really ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, what you got next for me?
How many people have had the title of Robin in main DC continuity?
Oh, okay. So I know about Dick Grayson. I know about James Todd. I know about Damian Wayne. Maybe there's a fourth one I don't know about, so I'll guess 4.
Would you like the multiple choice answers?
Oh, frick, I forgot about that part. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Is it 6, 3, 5, or 10?
Frick. Okay, well, I'm going to go with 5 then.
And 5 is the correct answer.
Woo! So there were 2 I didn't know about.
All right. So first we have Dick Grayson, who was the first Robin, moved on to become Nightwing later.
Mm-hmm.
After he left and became Nightwing, Batman took on Jason Todd.
It's Jason Todd, not James Todd. Whoops.
After Jason stole the wheels off of the Batmobile.
Yeah, doesn't Jason end up becoming the Red Hood?
Jason ends up becoming the Red Hood after being killed by the Joker and then resurrected by Ra's al Ghul.
Oh, okay.
Then we have Tim Drake. Tim Drake was a detective kid who pieced together that Batman was Bruce Wayne and approached him with this information.
Mm-hmm.
After a year of training, Batman finally allowed him to become Robin.
Okay.
He later became the unfortunately named Red Robin. Yum. And
nice.
And that's what he does now. Then you have Stephanie Brown, who showed up, became Robin for a little bit, and then moved on to become a version of Batgirl, and then moved on to become a superhero named Spoiler.
Spoiler?
Mm-hmm. And she wasn't Robin for very long, but she was officially Robin. And then we have Damian Wayne, who is Robin currently.
Yeah.
And kind of a turd.
Mm-hmm. I know
opinions.
Nobody likes Damian Wayne.
I don't like Damian Wayne. Some people really like Damian Wayne. I am not one of those people.
Yeah, I was going to say, I heard most people don't like him.
He's an unfortunate side product of an idea that was half good.
Got it.
So like back in the day, we're talking like a while ago, there was a storyline where Batman was, they don't phrase it as what it is, but it's very obvious as what it is. So I'll just explain it the way that the book did.
Okay.
So Batman is captured by Ra's al Ghul and his daughter Talia. And in the League of Assassins, you only need consent from the woman in order to get married. And so they drug Batman and with like this potion that kind of saps his will. And then they have a big old wedding where he gets married to Talia, and then they have a honeymoon. And then afterwards, several years later, Talia reveals that there was a child, and that was Damian.
Oh.
Yeah, the book doesn't say what it is, but we know what it is. And
got it.
And then Damian was given the choice to either live with the League of Assassins or to stay with Batman after he spent like a week playing Robin. And he chose to stay with Batman. Now, I'm not a big fan of the character because the character plays off like the overly edgy 13-year-old. Like he's kind of insufferable. And he's very high on the idea that he is the only Robin that is Batman's true biological son, and he thinks he's the heir to everything. And he was Robin at the same time that Tim Drake was Robin. So like there's this struggle between who do we like amongst those two more, and everyone loves Tim. We all think Tim is great. So
yeah.
Damian's in a weird spot where we're not sure if anyone really cares about him. But they have to keep him around because he's like very intrinsically tied to very important events that we can't really erase.
Got it. That makes sense. So it's like people feel like they have to put up with him type deal.
Yeah, and he does get a good emotional moment out of Batman sometimes. But there's no reason he couldn't have the same emotional connection to any of the other Robins that he did officially adopt.
Yeah, I get you.
But there you go. And that story with Rajal Ghul and Talia, overall, it's a really good story. But I do hate that they kind of try to hide what exactly was going on because it's.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
Kind of wrong. Not even just kind of wrong, but very wrong.
It's very wrong. It's not good, and it's not getting condemned as much as it really should.
I see.
It's like people are excusing it, and I don't like that. And unfortunately, Damien is tied up in all of that.
Got it.
Anywho, what's your next one?
I'll skip to my hardest question then.
Oh boy.
All right,
Who is Sora?
All right. Which of these is not a realm in Kingdom Hearts? Light, darkness, hearts, between, sleep, or fiction?
Okay, ask that. Give me the answers one more time, please.
All right, will do. Okay, so which of these is not a realm in Kingdom Hearts? You have the realm of light, the realm of darkness, the realm of hearts, the realm between, the realm of sleep, and the realm of fiction.
I don't know. I feel like I've heard all of them called a realm at some point in my gameplay.
Okay, so how about we get the ones out of the way that you're almost certain or you know for sure are realms then? And then we'll just focus on the others.
Realm of Sleep. I'm fairly certain that's a real one.
Okay.
I'm fairly certain that the in-between is real. Light and darkness, I'm pretty sure in-between are real. And gosh, so is hearts. Dang it.
Okay, so with that in mind, you have light, darkness, hearts, between, sleep, and fiction. So it seems like the ones you're most confident about are sleep and between.
Yeah, and fiction. Okay. I know we've talked about the realm of fiction before. So I'm cheating based off of our friendship. I don't think the realm of hearts is real. Let's go with that one.
You are correct.
Oh my goodness, no way.
There is no realm of hearts.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I should have gone with the realm of fiction's true name to throw you off.
What's the realm of fiction's true name?
I thought I would make it too hard if I called it something besides the realm of fiction, but it's actually the official name is the realm of the other side.
Okay. Whatever.
So the realm of fiction is just what the characters call it at the end of Melody of Memories, but its official name is the realm of the other side because it in essence takes place in a different universe altogether.
I see.
And that is where Quadratum is.
Which is the cool Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer for that game that will never come out.
Yes, it's also the world that Verum Rex takes place in.
Right, which is tangentially connected to Toy Story.
Yeah, so further showing that Toy Story will have a connection to Kingdom Hearts.
Yes.
Yeah, so Realm of Light, Realm of Darkness, those ones are very obvious. Realm of Sleep is where Sora and Riku go during Dream Drop Distance. So it's in essence the realms that people are able to explore while they're asleep, thus the name.
Yeah, well, they keep talking about sleeping and waking throughout the games, so like, felt pretty confident in that one.
And then the realm between is just what they call the realm of Twilight.
Very nice.
Because, it's between light and darkness, Twilight.
There you go.
But yeah, there is no realm of hearts.
No, but until the fourth game, when they introduce it.
So
and
now
it's
I'm curious.
The most important thing ever.
Yeah. If I stuck with the realm of the other side, do you think you would have gotten it still?
I think I would have still believed that was a real thing because it sounds convoluted enough.
You know what? That's fair. Yeah. That's why I ended up changing it to fiction personally, was because I was sitting there, I was like, I feel like the realm of the other side is so out there that Taylor will pick up on the fact that it's real.
Yeah. Yeah, that feels real.
But hey, would you agree though that was the hardest question?
I don't know. What is Kingdom Hearts is still the one that trips me up the most, I think.
Oh yeah, what is the true Kingdom Hearts? That was a hard one.
So there we go. We didn't keep score, did we?
Not at all, but that's fine. I don't think we ever keep score.
No, we don't, which is unfortunate because I was also going to bring up that this time around the loser gets to give the wise words of wisdom.
Oh, frick. Well, thank you guys for, dang it. I think you got more questions right than I did, though.
Did I?
I believe so. Let me look back. Okay, so you got that one right. Okay, let's count up score real quick. Why not? Okay. So got that one right.
Got that.
You got that. No.
Got that wrong. Got that wrong.
You got 4 questions right on my end.
Got that one right. Got that one wrong. Oh, out of 7 questions, you got 1 correct.
Nice. Can you tell who knows more about Kingdom Hearts than the other person knows about Batman?
Oh, well, I mean, I was being kind of, some of these questions were like my second question was really a question about me, and like some of these, I don't know.
Oh, we must have gone mixed up because I think I only asked you 6 questions.
Guys, I promise we do plan out these podcast episodes. We sit down, we think about what we want to talk about first. We make plans. I promise we do.
All right, well, I'll just throw one more quick for fun question at you, okay?
Okay.
All right. Which Disney character has canonically wielded a Keyblade? Is it Genie, Jack Sparrow, Mickey Mouse, or all of the above?
It's just Mickey Mouse, right?
It's all of the above, actually.
Nah. When?
Yeah. So Mickey Mouse is obvious. He wields a Keyblade throughout. Genie, as a summon in Kingdom Hearts 2, sports his own Keyblade.
Okay, but is it like a real Keyblade, or did he go to a costume shop and pay $15 and buy one?
No idea, but they never clarify either way, so I'm going to go with yes. And then for Jack Sparrow, he specifically requested to hold Sora's Keyblade for a bit.
Huh.
Yeah, that happens in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Is that going to have like implications later?
No idea, but it does mean that Jack Sparrow now has the potential to be a Keyblade master.
Huh.
So anyway, I guess thank you guys for watching this episode, well, listening to this episode of GC Squared, and it sounds like I'm giving the wise words of wisdom this time because I got the least correct.
That sounds like it to me.
All right. I'm gonna go with don't be intimidated to try out a piece of media that catches your attention, because it can be kind of intimidating when you see something that you think the concept's interesting, but then you see that you're like way behind on it because it's been around for a long time. But I say, you know what? It doesn't hurt to give it a shot. Try out the first one, see if you like it. If you do, then you have the choice to keep going with it or just stop there. So I say, just roll with it. See if you like it. It doesn't hurt to try out the first one.
I think that's very applicable to both of our topics too, though, because like Kingdom Hearts is really stupid if you hear about it from somebody else.
Oh,
but
yeah.
once you play it, it kind of rocks. And then like I meet lots of people who talk about how they can't get into comics because, we're on Detective Comics number 1038 right now, and you don't need to read 1037 comics. So many people's first comic book was like X-Men number 76, and it was part 3 of an 8-part story arc, and they were completely lost, but they still latched onto it. So that's I think those are very wise words. Thanks for sharing. That was good.
Yeah, and thank you guys for watching this episode. And remember that you can always send us an email if you want, but I guess we're going to throw that at the end of the thing, huh?
Yeah, go ahead, send us an email. Check us out on YouTube now. All of that stuff. And we'll catch you in the next episode. See ya.
Sweet. Y'all have a good one.
You have listened to another episode of GC Squared, our podcast that, we put a lot of work into, so we're very thankful that you stuck around for it.
Yeah, thank you so much for listening to another episode. We hope to hear from you guys next time, and
we'd also like to leave you with a little invitation as well.
So we set up an email, and you can go ahead and email us, tell us some thoughts you had about the show, some suggestions, and maybe you'll even see your email read on the air. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, if you give us a suggestion, we do it. We'll, of course, give you credit. And in the email, you can also mention how you want us to refer to you. So, like, if you want us to just call you by your first name, or if you maybe want us to refer to you by a certain online tag you use, whatever works,
So if you want to email us and chat with us, and we'll be more than happy to chat back with you, go ahead and email us at gcsquaredpodcast@gmail.com. That's GCSQUARED podcast@gmail.com.
We look forward to hearing from you guys. And like we said, just feel free to send us a message. And we're always happy to hear different topic suggestions, because this podcast isn't just about us talking and having fun, but it's also about discussing things that other people want to hear.
Well said, well said. Thanks again, and we look forward to hearing from you.
All right, thank you, and we'll see you next time.